Bum 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 bum. People in the waiting room. Boom 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 boom. Do do do. We are going live now. Yeah, we are live now. We are live now. Yeah, we are live now. We are live. Rashida, what's up, IG? How it be? And other people. I'm gonna take a moment, give y'all some time to go on in, sit down, get comfortable, roll up a J, do what you do, and I'm on my way. Something to clear the air as a marker. Boom. All right. Now we in here, that's set up, and we can get the record started. What's going on? Who's in here vibing with me on IG? Tonight's Floating Yogis book club. We got some fun stuff. I'm making sure everything's set up before we get the ball rolling. So go on and share, send it to a friend, let them know to bring that ass and come on in. And speaking of which, I'm about to do that too. If you send a friend, then you might, who knows, you might even get a free pass class. What? A free pass class? Hail to the Yizzer. Let them know. Do. Send. Oh, now my phone won't play games. Don't worry, we gonna get it together. Other platforms. Come on in, sit down, get comfortable. Boop, boop, boop. IGB playing games. But I ain't with the shit now. There's ways around everything. Boom, boom, boom. Bow. Boop. Boop. Bop. Boop. Bow. Bong. And now we gonna get the ball rolling. I got an invite request. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to work that. Anyway, we here. What's good? Now we gonna get the ball rolling. Okay. Whew. We got a good one tonight. Yeah. We talking about love. Last week we were talking about love. Love is a mindset, and we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into the next chapters of the book. They got another question, and they be asking some thought-provoking questions. So maybe there's some thoughts that are provoked for you. So peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. My name is Jarek. I'm the Floating Yogi, and this is Floating Yogi's book club. And this program is brought to you by UE, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, restructuring how we see health and wellness in the community, bringing the power of growth and evolution back and healing back to the individual's hands. Who else is helping us out on this? What? Born to Fly, where fitness is fashion. That's another one of our sponsors. And just to let you know, fitness is fashion and mental health is wealth. We in that too. Boom. I'd also like to thank Mono's Detox, because we get the mind right, we get the body right, and also what we put into our body in the form of this information that I'm sharing, and also in the form of the information we put into our bodies in a physical sense, because that's impactful and important as well. I'd also like to thank No Commercials International. No commercials! Where you can tap into the daily meditation, go and vote, meditate, vote, and share, and that'll enter you into the monthly giveaway where Dolly Dearest is hosting this week from Dolly's Little Shop of Horrors. I should have smoked a J before I started today. And she got some goodies in there. I encourage you to check it out. Also, Buddha Blessing. Buddha Blessing is another one of the sponsors. What we chimed in with that magical marine sound. For me, it just clears the air. It gets things started, right? You can find those and other bowls on the website, floatingyogi.com. Also right here, Shweep, if you're looking on all the other platforms other than IG. Well, maybe you're not able to see it because it's streaming in white and there's a white bottom. I'll fix that. Neither here nor there. And now that I got the bills paid, we can tap into what we were talking about last week. We can talk about the mind a little bit more, and love as well. Love is an action, love is a mindset, the difference between it. We were actually talking about that on Sunday's Elevated Sift and Flow. It was a great session. I'm trying to tell you, it's church on Sundays. Bring that ass. Where are the tickets, you said? What? On my website, of course, thefloatingyogi.com. Streaming right here in white in front of white. Boop, 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 boop. That's blurred out. So, last week we talked about love as an action, love as a mindset. If love is an action, we have to then relax into the opposite. If the opposite of love we look at is hate. So, if we're doing love, then we have to relax into hate. That means hate's going to be easier for us to conjure up, easier for us to go with the flow. So that's just a perspective. I ain't saying do nothing. I'm just bringing awareness places. Where else did we read? Thinking, we also mentioned that thinking needs time. So for us to think, we're not able to think of something before. Let me get my words together. We're not able to instantaneously think. The fact that we're stopping to consciously create and consciously piece things together takes time. We're in the present moment. So remember that when we're thinking about the future or the past and we're not here and now. Right? Damn, I feel like, what's that dude that wrote the Love book? One of them dudes. Okay. Love gives you the feeling of being needed. We touched on that. Boom, boom, boom. Then we got out of it. Second question. This is where we're at today. We'll get started today. Osho, the question. Most of the techniques which you have discussed have used the body as an instrument. Where did I put that book? Right here. Most of the techniques which you discussed use the body as an instrument. What are the reasons that the body is given so much importance in Tantra? Most basic points are the understood ones. One, you are your body. A lot of times, even I say you're not your body. So this has to create a passing, a crossing, a conflict in which we can take that conscious action over our life to say, if there's nothing wrong, then there's no action to be taken. You see what I'm saying? This is getting off of topic a little bit, but it's important to choose your words. It's important to choose your words carefully because dang, that threw me off. Because if you say you're not your body, then if you say, yeah, I know that that I'm not my body, then it's going to put you in a loophole in which we're not able to see. Where we're not able to see, we keep lying to ourselves. We're not able to move out of the cycles. So I think he's going to touch a little bit more on this. So I'm gonna shut up and let him talk. Okay. You may have notions about the soul. You are your body. Right now, you are just your body and nothing else. You may have notions about the soul, the Atman. Those are simply notions, just ideas. As you are right now, you are just a body. And you do not go on deceiving yourself that you are the deathless soul, the immortal Atman. Do not go on deceiving yourself. That is just an idea. That too is fear-based. It's an idea because like we were talking about before, Tantra is about creating an existential experience, something that'll transform us, as opposed to just, all right, I can philosophically intellectualize this concept that you're saying. I'm going to make this decision based off of where I'm at right now. Moving forward. Oh, and that's based off of fear because you don't want something to happen. So just like that fire energy, it draws us to or attracts us from. And then that is just a perspective. You do not know whether the soul exists or not. You have not penetrated into the innermost core where one realizes deathlessness. We did this last week's meditation when we were, and the week before when we found which was our strongest sense, which was our weakest sense, and where do we give most of our attention? Which sense those inner senses do we give our most attention? You have only heard about it and you cling to the idea because you're afraid of death. Fear coming back in. You know death is real, so you go on wishing and believing that something in you must be there and which is deathless. This is a wish fulfillment. I'm not saying that there is no soul. I'm not saying that there is nothing which is deathless. No, I'm not saying that. But as far as you are concerned, you are just the body with an idea that there's a soul which is deathless. And this is just in the mind. And this is just in the mind. And this too you have collected because of fear. And that is why the weaker you will become, and that is why the weaker you will become, the older. The more you will become a believer in the immortal soul in God, then you will go to the church or the temple or the mosque. If you go on to the mosque or the church or the temple, you will find that old men just on the verge of death are gathered there. Youth is basically aesthetic. Always, and it always has been this way. The younger you are, the less theistic. The younger you are, the more you are an unbeliever. Why? Because you are still strong and you feel less fear. There's more. And then you are still ignorant of death. I like that first part. Why? Because you are still strong and you feel less fear. One thing to correlate back to the practice, again, I practice Ashtanga, and one thing to correlate back to it is like, I'm able to see those moments when I respond with like anger or hesitation and see where it's coming from and see the fear that's connected to it and how I can do things scared is a simple way to put it. Just do things scared. And fight that feeling of not wanting to do something, because it's the same thing as being lazy in the morning. Hey, what up, Born to Fly? Hey, is that Cam in here too? Come on now. I see y'all. I'm rocking with it. Where else we at? Okay, so that is why the weaker you will become, then you'll go to church and youth is basically aesthetic. Yes. The younger you become, yes. Death is far away from somewhere. It happens only to others. It happens only to others, not to you. But the older you grow, you will by and by begin to feel that now is going to happen. It is going to happen also to you. Death comes near and one begins to believe. So all beliefs are fear-based. So this gives me a good idea to see like how things are connected. Like, where did that fear come from, or is it fear? Sometimes I'll like I mentioned before, it's important to use your words carefully, to choose your words carefully, because you could tell yourself a little white lie like, no, I'm not scared of that, I just don't want to do it, or I can't do it. And the second you do that, it's like you're reprogramming your mind, telling it all these things that are just little and insignificant, they don't matter. So just like brush over any sensation, any message that they're trying to tell me. And if you've seen the movie Click, Adam Sandler, it's similar to fuck to that. Hey, what's good? Let's good. Yes, fear should not be a paralyzing factor. What up, Pay Ogre? Where else we at? Okay. Death comes near and one begins to believe. And that's, I like that. That's the other part I wanted to talk about when I said death comes near and one begins to believe. So one begins to like then see another level of need or desire. And it's like their perspective shifts. Is this as important as that, or what I was scared of, or what I didn't want to do, those white lies that I was telling myself? So if it were to shift, then that means that it was like off false grounds. Like, I wasn't scared of that, and then later realized, no, I was fucking horrified of it. All right, accept that shit. Move on. That's what Tantra is about: acceptance and transformation. Okay, you and anyone who believes because of fear is really deceiving themselves. Damn, didn't you see? You are the body right now. This is a fact. You do not know anything about the deathlessness. You know only about the deathless, the deathful. But the deathless is there. You can know it. Believing won't do it. Only knowing can help you. You can realize it, but just ideas are of no use because they become until they become a concrete experience. So do not be deceived by ideas, and do not take ideas and beliefs for experiences. Ooh, damn, I didn't even underline that one. I might have to run that one back. Do not be deceived by ideas, and do not take ideas and beliefs for experiences. Like when you get oh, I've heard, someone told me about this, and then you're like, all right, let's call it stock. Someone told me this stock is gonna be great, so you buy the stock, and then it fails. Yeah, you ain't do no research. You ain't have any experience in it. You have to put your perspective in that situation, and then you can make the shift. Then you can create, as opposed to coming in and rolling the dice. Sometimes beginner's luck is a real thing, because you're coming in with fresh eyes in a new situation. If you're able to see patterns, habits, and those like synchronicities, maybe beginner's luck hits you more often. Maybe that's what we talk about in the flow book. Moving forward, you can realize it, but ideas are useless unless they become concrete experience. So do not be deceived by ideas, and do not take ideas and beliefs as experiences. That is why Tantra always starts with the body, because that is a fact. You have to start from the body because you are in the body. And that too is not right. When I say that you are in the body, that too is not right. As far as you are concerned, you are the body, not in the body. Right? You are the body, you're not in the body. You have to get that awareness and create that space. That's where meditation comes in. That's when the practice comes in. You can feel the space between you, your body, your mind, your energy. And then you can be the observer of those three, that trifecta, where the base where our consciousness resides. Right? You with me? You with me? If you with me, drop something in the chat. Go and throw the hearts, all that other stuff. Or you can just hop on the website and be part of the discussion like Payoger just did. What up, Tony? And that's on the website, thefloatingyogi.com. I did not put that on there, but just thefloatingyogi.com. Google me, it does come up. All right. Let's see. I knew Tony was gonna want to talk about some daggone tantra and what. I figured you'd be coming over here shortly. What's good, man?
I was dead asleep. My wife woke me up, said it's 6. I was like,
come on, wifey.
TV. Started going through the social media just to hype you up like always. So you said something on Instagram, was like, oh, I gotta go then. So got up, put on the shirt. But I've been listening since the start. So I ain't even missed nothing. See?
Damn it, I love to hear it. Come on now. I ain't think you wasn't with it. I knew you was with the shits. All right. He gonna get into some fun stuff about the mind, how we could split it, or how we split it, and I'm just gonna let him talk. All right. As far as you're concerned, you are the body. You are the body, not in the body. From the start of the process, you have to build that attention to awareness. You do not know anything about what is in the body. You only know the body. The experience of something beyond the body is still far away. If you go to metaphysicians or theologians, they're going to start with the soul. But Tantra is absolutely scientific. Damn. I say completely. They say absolutely. So it is absolutely scientific. It starts from where you are, not from where you can be. And this is just like the Ashtanga practice that I practice, that Mysore. It starts where you're at. Let's start with the sun salutations. You're not able to do regular sun salutations, something's injured, or all right, here's some modifications. You can start somewhere, you can do it, there's always a way. Are you gonna come up with an excuse, or are you gonna do the best you can? Because that's all I'm asking for, whatever that looks like. Come on, drop something.
I think it's been like 3 weeks now that I've been doing my own separate research on prana, and I've looked at the 5 kinds, and Sadhguru said it's kind of like electricity, where it's not intelligent, and it functions differently in everybody. It is that force.
Mm-hmm.
And you said something that made me think about that too, that it meets you where you are. It works in you and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. We're going to pin this because we're going to touch on the electric energy and the electricity, energy, magnetism a little bit later, like tonight. Tonight, yes. Okay. All right. Tantra is Absolutely scientific. It starts from where you are, not from where you can be. Starting from where you can be is absurd. You cannot start from where you can be. You can start only from where you are. Tantra has no condemnation of the body. Tantra is total acceptance of things as they are. A little sidebar on like religion and everything. He jumps in and saying Christian theologians and those of other religions also are condemnatory, condemnatory against the body. They create a dualism, a dichotomy that are two. And the body is the enemy, and it's evil for them, so they fight it. This duality is basically wrong. This duality will divide your mind into two and will create a split personality. That sexual energy is basic. So once we start splitting, lying to ourselves on that level, just understand how it's just going fucking everywhere. And And I like the concept how he says split personality. It's just like the mask that we have. They say that we have a mask that we show like our family, a mask that we show like our friends or just other people, and we have like a mask that nobody sees. And that's the same thing here. We don't want to create these masks. We don't want to be compartmentalized and separate. Yoga is union of the mind, body, and breath. So we're uniting these different energies, these different perspectives, and there's a collision. So it's not always smooth. Sometimes the collisions are smoother than others, but a collision is still present. So understand that conflict has to happen for that creative space to awaken. That creative director of your life to happen. What's going on? The baby's in the chat room. Is part of you sexual energy is biological? Hell ass yeah. It's the base energy that we have. Like attract to or from. I like this. It's going to feel good on my skin. I keep going. This will add it. Religions has helped the human mind to be schizophrenic. Any division will divide you deeply, and you will become two. You will become many, and everyone is a crowd of many divisions with no organic unity, with no center. You are not an individual as far as the meaning of the word is concerned, and we are in a hell of an individualistic society right now. We was talking about that last week, though. You are not an individual as far as the meaning of the word is concerned. The word means indivisible. Individual means indivisible. But you are not just divided. But you are just divided into many things. Not indivisible. You are individual. Mind fuck. Okay, but yeah. Not only are you Not only are your mind and your body divided, your soul and your body are divided also. The nonsense has gone so deep that even the body is divided. The lower body is evil and the upper body is good. And that, we're going to touch into this later, like how you were talking about, Tony, the electric energy, the sexual energy. Electric energy, I call that white light. They're going to ban me for this. Sexual energy, I call that white light. It's like electricity. Electricity is white light. We'll get into the colors on, like, I got a workshop coming out. It's white light. Then there is black light, the other stuff that we're not able to see with our eyes, that is more so magnetic. We know that electricity and magnetism are like we call them two different things. It's only two different things when we perceive them to be different. It is electromagnetism. It is not electricity and magnetism. There is not one without the other. The masculine and the feminine energies. Are you seeing how they come together? Right? Yeah. Okay. So that they were talking about. Then there's a divide between the upper and lower. Divide up between the upper and lower body. This can be seen in a couple ways. One can be like the lower half, the sexual regions. Oh, we're not gonna have sex. We need to abstain from sex and be away. It's bad. It's horrible for the body. That's one way to see it. Or the opposite, go into it. Nah, I'm doing anything and everything. What? Opposites. Again, duality, that magnetism. Let's see. So the lower chakras is the second way that we can see it. We can see it as in the root chakra, stability. We could see it as in the sacral chakra, creativity. I like to say creativity more than sexual, because creativity. Just put that in there. Okay, so we have stability, we have creativity, stability and survival. We have creativity, then we have willpower. Those are the three lower, the lower chakras, and they are highly based on, they're highly feminine energies. Then we have the heart chakra, where it's like the middle. Then we have the throat chakra, which is a little bit more masculine, a little bit more refined. This is also going to tap into the different types of energies, Yoga. And then we have the third eye. We have that inner sight, and which again masculine. And then we have the connection, and that's everybody, right? The network. I'll say that. In community, those would be like masculine, feminine words. I like that. Network for corporate, and community for like personal. Corporate masculine, personal feminine. Boom, moving forward. And then the heart chakra is like the center. That's where those masculine and feminine energies actually express what we feel about that experience. So like as we go through life, how do you respond? Do you respond with love? Do you like keep doing love? We were talking about that last week, and then you have to relax into the opposite. Do you keep doing love, or do you respond with hate? And have to relax into the opposite? Like how are you responding? Or are you in that observer state of the mind, body, spirit, where you have that conscious observer of them, and you're like, oh, I see where we're going. We're going to utilize this energy for the better. And you start to follow the trends. Okay, that was a little sidebar, but we're going to get into chakras a little bit later. He talked about them. The nonsense has gone so deep that even the body is divided. The lower body is evil, the upper body is good. This is stupid, but it is there. Even you yourself cannot feel the ease with your lower body. Some uneasiness creeps in the division, in the division, in the division. Tantra accepts everything whatsoever it is. It accepts it wholeheartedly. That is why Tantra can accept sex. Totally for 5,000 years, Tantra has been the only tradition which has accepted sex totally. The only one over the world. Why? Because sex is the point where you are. In any movement is going to be from the point where you are. You are at your sex center. Your energy is at the sex center. And from that point, it has to move up far beyond. If you reject the center itself, then you can go on deceiving yourself that you are moving. But you cannot move. Then you are rejecting the only point from where movement is possible. So you're rejecting the starting block. You're like, nah, I don't even want to start here because this isn't where I want to be. I want to start here because that's where I want to be. Nah, yo, it's a journey. You have to transform. You have to go through this experience, not philosophize it in your mind. Move through the fear. You can do things scared. Okay. If you reject the center itself, then you can go on deceiving yourself in that you are moving, but you cannot move. Then you are rejecting the only point from where movement is possible. So Tantra accepts the body, accepts sex, accepts everything. And Tantra says, wisdom accepts everything and transforms it. Only ignorance rejects. Only ignorance rejects. Wisdom accepts everything. Even a poison can become a medicine, but only through wisdom. What? Come on now. Bloop, 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 bloop. Gems for sale. For free, actually, daggone it. But if you would like to, you can go and drop something in the Cheesy in the Cash App. They right there. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Boop, 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 boop. Go and get it how you living.
Ain't nothing free. You just gotta pay attention sometimes.
Damn it! Come on, keep the train going. Ain't nothing free. You at the bare minimum are paying attention. The tension in your body, your mind, your energy, your spirit. Come on, all right, moving forward. Church. Check out our website for all classes, blah, 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 fun shit like that. The body can become a vehicle to that which is beyond the body. The sex energy can become a spiritual force. And remember, when you ask, what are the reasons the body is given so much importance in Tantra? Why do you ask? Why? Why is the body given so much importance in Tantra? Discipline. You are born with a body. You live with a body. You will be ill as a body. You are treated, given medicine, helped, made whole and healthy as a body. You come young as a body. You will become old as a body. You will die as a body. Your whole life is body-centered, centered around your body. You will love someone. You will make love to someone, and you will create other bodies, and you will reproduce other bodies. What are you doing the whole life? Preserving yourself. What are you preserving with food, with water, with shelter? The body is preserved. What are you doing by reproducing children? The body is being reproduced the whole life. 99.9% of people are body-oriented. Unless you took time to create that space, right? Because it's an experience. It's not something we could just like think about and be like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yo, what's up, Greg? Ooh, did the thing work? I'm gonna wait till it says something, then I can read it again because there's something in front of that. All right. You were here. So the traditions which are against sex will be against the body. Those traditions which are not against sex can only be friendly toward the body. Tantra is absolutely friendly. And Tantra says that the body is sacred, holy. For Tantra, to condemn the body is sacrilege. To say that the body is impure or to say that the body is sin is nonsense. For Tantra, that's a very poisonous teaching. And I support those thoughts. That's why I don't say like, oh, you're sick or yes, you're having symptoms, you're having some type of expression, something's going on. I'll speak to those things as opposed to trying to sum up and categorize it until there's like more facts behind it. Right? That makes sense. That's how we do things, right? I think so. This camera on. Hold on, let me. Yeah, focus. There we go. I had to get up for that. Oh, now that I'm up, I can read this one. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. Come on now. You. Let's see. To say that the body is impure is move forward. Tantra accepts the body, not only accepts it, but says that the body is holy, pure, innocent. You can use it and you can make it into a vehicle, a medium to go beyond. It helps even going beyond. Buddha also touches on a point about that. Like he says, the body is the tool to awakening, and it gives us experience and something to correlate that experience back to. One thing, another sidebar, but yeah, we're here. So one of my, this was years ago. One of my like old partners and I was getting into arguments and everything, and she'd say like, "You didn't say this, da 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 da," and then, being in a situation over and over, you're like, all right, I got to do something to make sure that I'm at least covering my ass, and I did say what I said. So I would take my fingers and like pinch each time and leave an indentation. I wouldn't break the skin. No, I don't need help or therapy. But I wanted something that I could feel, that I know that I said it. So then I can go back. It don't make sense to them. I pushed 3 of them. I told you 3 times, and it was in this conversation. Like sometimes we can get lost in the sifts and the emotions and stuff. And so those little markers. But that helped me to get past it. All right. To remember and come back and to get past it. Okay. But if you start fighting with the body, you are lost. If you start fighting with it, you will become more and more diseased. And if you go on fighting with it, you will miss opportunities. Fighting is negative. Tantra is positive transformation. Do not go on fighting with it. There is no need. It is as if you are sitting in your car and you start fighting with the car. Then you cannot move because you are fighting with the vehicle, which has to be used, not fought against. this is another one we was dropping into, talking about like perspectives and why in relationships in general, like relationships are relationships. It don't matter what the hell it is. What is it based on? Like, what are you doing, as opposed to just, yeah, I'm just chopping it up and spending some time. Even if it's I'm chopping it up, spending some time, and helping each other grow in whatever way that may be possible. A conversation changes the brain, and it helps us to evolve as individuals, as a collective. So, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Do not fight with it. There's no need. I already read that. And you will destroy the vehicle by your fighting, and then it will be more and more difficult to move. The body is a beautiful vehicle, very mysterious, very complex. Use it. Do not fight with it. Help it. The moment you go against it, you are going against yourself. It is as if a man wants to reach somewhere, but he fights with his own legs and cuts them. Tantra says, know the body, know the secrets of it, know the energies of it, and know how those energies can be transformed, how they can be moved and turned into different dimensions. Transmutation, different energies. For example, take sex, which is one of the most basic energies in the body. Ordinarily, sex energy is just for reproduction. The body creates another body, and then it goes on. The biological utility of sex energy is only in reproduction. The biological utility of sex energy is only in reproduction. But that is only one of the uses. I've mentioned this before. Now we go in deeper. And the lowest. That's what he said. I didn't say that. I just put it in there. Is it facts? More than likely. Just saying. Hey, thanks for the badge, Quest. Appreciate the love. Quest for Knowledge. Check out his tracks on streaming platforms. Yo, we had an album last year. Music video drop. Shirts is fire. Check it out. All right. So this is going to get into some fun stuff about like masculine and feminine energies. Let's see how... Oh, we doing great on time, too. Okay, and the lowest. No condemnation is implied, but it is the lowest. The same energy can do other creative acts also. Reproduction is a basic creative act. You create something. That is why a woman feels a subtle well-being when she becomes a mother. She has created something. Psychologists say that because man cannot reproduce like woman, because man cannot become a mother, he feels a certain unease. And to destroy that unease or to overcome it, he goes on creating other things. He will paint, he will do other things to become a creator, and which he becomes a mother. That is one of the reasons why women are less. This is his words. That is why one of the reason women are less creative and men are more. Just because the women have the natural dimension in which to be creative. These are his words, not mine. Don't shoot me. Just throwing it out there. They can become mothers, and they can have a fulfillment and an easy fulfillment. A deep biological creativity is felt, but man lacks that and feels somewhere an imbalance. He wants to create, so he will substitute something. He will paint, he will sing, he will dance, he will create not-for-profits and podcasts and host events. He will do something in which he also becomes a mother. Sex energy psychologists say now, and Tantra has always been saying that it is the source of all creation. So it happens that if a painter is really deep into his creation, he may forget sex completely. Facts. I don't even be thinking about it. If I'm deep, I'm just, what? I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm not going to fight you. I just had to come back here, back to the body, because I was in Hold on, let me adjust my schedule. When a poet is very involved with his poetry, he will forget sex completely. He need not force any brahmacharya, any celibacy upon himself. I'm going to say that part again. He need not force any brahmacharya and celibacy upon himself, because he's found a release for the creative energy. He's found a use. Forget release, because that is an ignorant state. That is a waste of energy if you're just releasing. He found a use for the energy, right? And brahmacharya, that's why I mentioned before, one of those yamas and niyamas, the 8 limbs of yoga, brahmacharya. There's the conflict between celibacy and sexual restraint, because celibacy, they didn't know like how to coin it. Some people were taught one way, some people were taught the other way. However it goes, and this is pretty much why. Some beliefs are, no, you can start from it because that's where they are, move forward, and some are like, nah, squash that, keep it moving. And you have to be strict like this. He's going to talk about that in a second. Only monks, non-creative monks, living on a monastery need to force brahmacharya, because if you are creative, the same energy which moves through sex moves into creation. You can forget it completely, and there's no need to make any effort to forget it, because that is impossible. You cannot make any effort to forget anything. I got a bling-o-bling. Okay, fair enough. They won't let me continue recording. See what I mean with the games? It be little things like that that be coming up. But that's cool. It's on IG. I'll download it and repost it on other places. And on Facebook, and on Twitter, Twitch, and on Periscope, and on all the other places, wherever you at. You know, we got cross references. We got chakras, because that's just intersecting energies, right? We got chakras out this motherfucker. Let's get it. I told you they was gonna do something to me. You can forget it completely. You cannot make any efforts to forget anything. That's a powerful statement. The more you try, you're using your mind to tell yourself to forget. Do you not see the back door? Do you not see the back door wide open? The mind's moving forward. That is a frutal, in fact, suicidal. You cannot try to forget anything. That is why those who are forcing themselves into brahmacharis, celibacies, become simply cerebral sex perverts. Then sex revolves in the mind. That's dangerous. That's when the porn addictions, it's a mental thing that becomes like a physical urge. Then sex revolves in the mind. The whole thing goes on in the mind, because then each thought you associate with it each time it pops into your head, as opposed to allowing it to be just one of those sifts that are flowing through, moving forward. The whole thing goes on in the mind, not in the body, but in the mind. And that is worse, because then the mind becomes totally mad. Any creativity will help sex to disappear. Practice. Your Ashtanga practice. Practice. That's one way. Give the mind a rabbit hole, the depths of the body for it to dissect. You will get fucking lost. I'm just saying. And then you actually care about. I don't even need to go down that rabbit hole, but this one's gonna be fire. I need this recording for my damn self. We almost done for the day too. I got some like questions for y'all. If y'all still vibing with me, you still rocking with me, hang on. You can go and buy a badge. You can go and drop some money in the cheesy. You can drop some love, some hearts in the cheesy. You can go and purchase some. Ooh, Blue Dream. This is the blend that I be smoking. You be seeing it all purple and pretty and whatnot. Tulsi. Ooh, Blue Lotus. Ooh, chamomile. Ooh, a little psychedelic. It's like a sweet tint to it. It goes phenomenal by itself or with weed or in water. It's a tea. Fantastic for the lungs. It's a herbal tea. Relax the body. Chamomile. It is not a sleepy time tea. It relaxes the body and opens the lungs. We want those the pulmonaries to expand and then relax. So then we can feel that space. We can feel the space between the lungs. Not fill that space. I had to make sure I was saying it right. Thanks for the love in the chat. In that cheesy. Anyway, they're on my website, floatingyogi.com. And we're back. Tantra says, if you move into meditation...
Wait.
Oh, my bad. Go on.
I'm worried. I'm a little worried about feel, not feel, the space in between the lungs. See, it always concerns me when you be going back to regular basic shit. And I feel like I might have missed something in there. Because I'm like, oh my goodness, what have I been doing for a year? I've been feeling my lungs and I should have been feeling my lungs, or I've been feeling my lungs and I should have been feeling them. So the question is, do you use both terms or is it always one? Does it each have a purpose? Have we done them both and I missed it?
You have done them both, and sometimes we correlate one as the other. That's
Okay,
it.
so I'll just pay more attention on Thursday when we breathing now. When you like feel, I'm gonna be like, pause, ill or ill. Like when we gonna get to there.
So
I
here,
said that little question.
okay, he feel could be in the. I feel like majority of people don't feel the breath. Majority of people feel the passage of the breath. They feel the expansion.
It happening to them.
They feel the expansion. They don't feel the breath actually touching. They feel the result of the touch.
That I can see it. I remember the difference when I started to look at the space in between the breaths as well. That was, I think, one of the first changes. So just that little bit had me, curious. But we good.
Thank you for your. I appreciate it. That helped the dialogue. Helped me to see where other people could potentially be at too, and bring them aboard. So we all growing together. Thanks for sharing. Tantra says if you move into meditation, sex will disappear completely. It can disappear completely. The whole energy is being absorbed into higher centers, and your body has as many centers. Sex is the lowest center, and man exists at the lowest center. That's where we start. It doesn't say that's where you are. That's where we start. So if we haven't started doing any of these practices, guess what? Acceptance. That's where we are. We are the body. We're creating that space. When the same energy, let's see, the more energy moves higher, the more the higher centers begin to flower. When the same energy comes to the heart, then it begins love. When the same energy comes higher still, a new dimension and new experiences begin to flower. And when the same energy is at the highest, at the last peak of your body, it has reached what we call in Tantra the Sahasrara. Or in Ashtanga, we call it the Sahasrara with the H on the end. The last chakra on the head, the crown chakra. We can just call it the crown chakra. That's what we call it here in America. Boom. So, to break that down, Tony, you were talking about electricity, and this is where the chakras come in. Before we get there, I got to piece this together so I know the people who are vibing with me right now, we can continue. The other people who want to watch later, you're going to get it because it's going to come together like butt cheeks. Okay, so there's 5 different types of energy in the body. We have the prana vayu, which is an upward force. We have the apana vayu, which is upward force, levity, lightness. We have like the refreshing of the chest and everything. Did I bring that clipboard here? Nope, it is at the house. I need to bring it here. So then we're going to tap into this next week. But I'll give like the demonstrations. So we have that upward lifting vitality. That's the prana vayu. That's like green energy coming in. Then we have the apana vayu, which is like a downward force. That downward force would be like urination, defecation, menstruation, downward force. So men naturally have more prana vayu. Women are more inclined to apana vayu. You getting what I'm going at? Then we have the samna vayu. Samna vayu is an expansive thing. Think like the center of your belly button and expanding out in every direction. Not just horizontally like you have a hula hoop on or a tutu or whatever it is. Not one of them. Not just that. But then take that and flip it in 360s. But going outward in every direction. Not only is it going outward, it also contracts inward as well. It's like a breath. You like how I did that, right? Ooh, I'm getting good at this. Okay. Then we have the vision of value. I feel like I'm missing one, or I'm gonna be missing one. Yeah, I'm gonna be missing one, but it is what it is. We have the Vishnu value, which goes this way. Boom. You ever, before I even describe what it's like, if you get like off balance and wobbly, and then what direction does your head spin? I mean, if you're spinning in a circle, clearly it's gonna go like shoo 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 or the shoo shoo shoo. But when it stops and starts to settle, which direction does the head spin? Usually like this, right? So if you close your eyes and breathe and look up to your third eye, look to the tip of the nose, you'll feel like a vitality, a lifting of the chest. So that prana value shifts into the Vishnu value, which allows that breath to continue to go up. The Samna value here down in the belly button region, the and not just the belly button. What's those things? The tubes that you poop from, intestines and stuff. Yeah, those things. Those things that it's like the fire energy. So we're gonna get deeper into this because this is like where they get into like what's it called?
There's more neurons in your intestines than in your brain.
I believe it.
And a bunch of psychologists recommend probiotics for your intestines.
Mm-hmm.
So they say that's where you feel from. Not all of them. It's not like one of those, 4 out of 6, something recommend, but it's been studied, and that gut is real.
Mm-hmm. These are the facts. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I got it right here.
Yeah, and I dropped it in the chat. Prana, Apana, Udana, Dhyana, and Samana.
Mm-hmm. And oh, that's horrible. That's a pathetic definition. Yeah, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be able to give you a little bit more clarity on the 5 values. I'll bring the charts and stuff, and I'll also be making my own. They're gonna be on the website, and they're gonna actually connect. They're gonna be the chakras. They're gonna be that intersecting point. Those are.
I would love for you to make your own, because I share little things like that all the time, and I feel like, hold up, my people know this. How come we don't have our own stuff? How come I don't got memes with Yui on it that say all the things like a white girl under the waterfall looking all peaceful? I need Jared under a waterfall looking all peaceful. With his chest out. Yeah.
I will post some. I will post some photos of Jarek under a waterfall looking all peaceful. Cause damn it, they're out there. I'm even repost some of the memes that I have with UE and with the floating yogi tagged on it. Cause they're out there. I was not a meme lord.
Yes.
I was not a meme lord. But I did what I had to.
Inspiration.
Damn it. Damn it. Ooh, we're going to be able to get on inspiration a little later. All right. We talked about the chakras earlier. You can go back and watch that. Okay, we'll move forward. Sex is the lowest chakra and Sahasrara is the highest. Between these two, the sex energies move. Think about that. Between them, up and down, along the spine. Another way that we have a cross reference in our body would be our equilibrium from ear to ear. Those intersecting, crossing waves, right, create friction in this reality, in this dimension, because remember I was talking about collisions. When those things happen, they can be smooth collisions or subtle ones, but it's how we utilize the energy that are created from it. That's a little off, but it's all going to tie in because, again, this is a journey. I'm just throwing out some fun facts. Sex is lower chakra, and between these two, the sex energies move. It's something interesting to visualize as well. That's what I encourage. It can be released from the sex center. When it's released from the sex center, you become a cause to reproduce someone else. When the same energy is released from the Sahasrara, from the head into the cosmos, you give new birth to yourself. It is also reproduction, but not biologically. Then it is spiritually a reproduction. Then you are reborn. Sidebar: in India, we used to call such a person born twice, Dwij. Now he has given himself a new birth. The same energy has moved. Do y'all get those concepts? Are you rocking with that? You see the correlations? We vibing? Okay, moving forward. Tantra has no condemnation, only secret techniques for how to transform. Secret techniques on how to transform. That's what we're doing, transformation. That is why Tantra talks so much about the body. It is needed. The body has to be understood. It can start only from where you are. And that's all for the reading for today, right? There's a third question, because we're almost done with love. And I think we're going to end in February too. Damn it, Jarek, you're fucking in flow. Damn it, you're in flow. Okay. Whew. Third question. Should I read it? Yeah, I'm going to read the question just to probe it, just to drop it for next week. You said that love can make you free, but ordinarily we see love becomes attachment. And instead of freeing us, it makes us more bound. So tell us something about attachment and freedom. Next week. Boom, boom, boom. And the plot thickens. Let's see. I had some questions. I was writing like a motherfucker. I don't know if y'all can see that, but the whole junk's in that thing. Hey, what up, Star? What's goody? And this is the other part in the back of that junk too. So pretty much what we covered was love. What is love to you? How do you perceive love? And is it based off of fear? We were talking about celibacy and pretty much just finding your balance. The analogy of men's creative energy and how to direct it. Where we're focused. Are we body focused? Have we started making the adjustments to shift from body to another self? This is, and sidebar, this is where it gets into the oh, y'all talking about the reincarnation and the crazy stuff and the freaky things. If you realize that you are more than your body, if you realize, if you're so tuned in, so focused, so much attention is paid to that inner voice, that inner sight, and that inner hearing. When these ears, this mouth, these eyes fall out, when this heart stops beating, and the attention is still on that inner voice, inner sight, and inner hearing. It is not a mental experience. It is an awareness. That's why it's so important being the observer. Once we get into that state, once we don't let things rattle us, once we're like Shiva, nothing bothered him and pulled him out of his meditation. He wasn't coming down here for shit. The floating yogi said, it's time to bring that ass. Okay, I digress. Okay, so yeah, that was a little sidebar I wanted to bring up. This was a good one too. Another reminder on the difference between feeling fear and thinking fear into the body. Note the difference. How do we identify ourselves? We already rapped about that. We already talked about that. Damn it, I was on it like a hornet today, yo. Let's get it. Anyway, any questions, comments, want to work on something, let me know. The best way to do it, show up in one of the live sessions in the virtual classes. Speaking of which, we're going to take some of these concepts of self, some of these concepts, and I closed the page. And I found it right back. It's cool. It didn't stress me out too much. Boom. Next, we're going to take some of these concepts and bring them into a flow. Because most of us like to move. Most of us need to move. So we'll do it moving. And then on Thursday, we'll take some of these concepts and bring them seated. So we can see the difference between that seated and movement. What shifts in us, around us? How do we think? How do those shifts flow differently? And how do these concepts still apply in different states of being? Ooh. That's Thursday. Midday meditation, midday mind right. Boom, boom, boom. Then there is Saturday. We have another float and flow. Saturday's float and flow, magic. I'm trying to tell you. We just go and get shenanigans in. Sunday is elevated sift and flow. That's church. That's what I'm talking about. This Thursday, G is back teaching. We got a elevated yoga. What is it? 7 o'clock on Thursday. And she also has 7 a.m. Wednesday sunrise flow. Also, there's so much on the schedule. I'm teaching the Mysore, the whole concept of Tantra, creating that existential experience in which we transform ourselves instead of just philosophizing over something. That practice I'm teaching at Sukha Center, which is another one of the partners, another one of the team, black individuals, black men coming together and providing what we need for the community. We out here, we doing what we gotta do. Just bring the eyes on, watch us. We out here making it happen. And that's the Mysore. That's what we're teaching. That's what I'm teaching there. It'd be great to have you come through and start your own practice. I'm not the teacher. I'm just there to hold the space. If you have questions, then I can share how my experience could potentially shine light onto your experience. And for you to be in that director's seat, that creator's chair, to say, all right, this is where I want to go. And now I have wise counsel telling me that this is a good decision. Move accordingly. Let's get it. Let's grow. So that's Monday through Friday at Sukha Center. SukhaCenter.com. Check it out. It's in Arlington live. And I think we're even going to throw in a virtual thing. I might be a little premature on this, but I ain't going to say anything. So we might be throwing in a virtual thing as well. So, you don't say anything, I won't say anything. Just to let you know, so then you can still create your practice between 6:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. whenever you're available to get in there or to log in. We link up. Oh, is this practice too hard? Am I not able to do this? Nah, everyone's able to do this. It's like Tantra. It starts where you're at. We start with the sun salutations and we grow from there. Then we start adding in standing. Then we start working with balancing. Then we go to the seat and see how doing similar positions on the floor in a 90-degree shift changes the way our body expresses them. Right? Building up that awareness. Anyway, that's Sukha Center. And also Tuesday nights at 6. Ashtanga-led primary. But I lead you through this one. So that's me actually being a teacher. But not at Sukha Center. Bring that ass. What else is there? Teas are available. Boom. Teas, we're going to have some blocks, but that's a whole ordeal and debacle we'll speak about another day. I'll talk about that on Thursday. Outside of that, I'd like to thank No Commercials International. No commercials! I'd like to thank Born to Fly Fitness, where fitness is fashion. Buddha, a blessing. I'm telling you, the pose is magic. And I'd like to thank Dolly Dearest. She got the Eddie. She got the bracelets for you. She's also this month's sponsor for the book club. For the daily meditation giveaway. So as you see, it's a community, a way to stay attuned, a way to, keep to, in a good way, stick to what the hell you said you were going to do, even when you didn't really want to do it. Anyway, let's grow. Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods.